Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Black Accountant. It's your boy Mo, and if you haven't already done so, you know the drill. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments of any kind of content you want to see going forward. But most importantly, don't forget to turn on notification bells so you get notified when I drop new videos. And I'm wearing a hoodie today, and I was wearing a hat the other day. I'm probably going to be wearing these for a while just because I'm in that awkward hair regrowth phase between haircuts. So, you know, that's the reasoning for that. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about status, and particularly, are we status driven? And I think this is a conversation, or not a conversation really. It's more so thoughts that I have as an individual that does a lot of different things about what is my goal, what is my purpose, what is the intention. There you go, the intention behind these things, and making sure that I'm staying clear and staying aligned to those expectations that I set out for myself. Because while doing things, it's very easy to get dejected. It's very easy to kind of saunter off and start thinking about other things and get a little bit obsessive. And the reason I was kind of thinking that is because in doing this YouTube stuff, right, I made a goal for this year to really be a lot more consistent with my videos, which I think I'm starting off on the right foot. But as I kind of go along, I think in the back of my mind, I just had this expectation that if I just ended up being more and more consistent, then I'll start seeing results. And I started thinking too much about the end result to the point where I'd obsess over checking my analytics on a frequent basis, and then trying to see where I'm messing up, where I'm not messing up, and then just checking to see if anybody watched it, and then how was it being viewed. And while doing that, I just kind of came to this realization that it was just like, why am I doing so much? Why? And why does it matter? If the purpose of these videos and the purpose of me doing this is a personal project, and I set an actual realistic expectation of when to see growth happen, then why am I obsessing over this so much? And I started thinking about status and social status, and is it because I just want to say I'm doing something, or is it because I'm trying to get to that monetization part a lot quicker and trying to rush this growth? And it's something that I think I keep finding myself having to revert back to and putting it back into that collective box, right? And I think that's a big problem that I have with anything entrepreneurial, because it's so against my grain and against my nature, because I'm so used to, if you do X, Y, and Z, you will see X result, versus while you're doing your own thing, there's no guarantee that even if you do all the right steps, something will pop off or will take off. So I have to keep realigning myself into that thought process, right? Of this is growth, even if you're not seeing it, and you need to keep kind of just aligned on this path. And it got me thinking about a lot of the things that I used to do as well, in terms of my career pursuits, in terms of my financial pursuits, my social pursuits. Like what were they for, and what are they for? And I like to think now that I think I've reshaped myself a little bit, and a lot of the goals that I've outlined for myself rely more on just asking, or something, not asking, but more so asking questions actually, and providing answers to questions and solutions. For example, like, who can I help with this? What change can I affect? What can I do to help somebody else's situation? And I think the more I started reframing into that mental work and doing that mental work, the more I found what I'm doing to be more fulfilling. And I found that the chasing of a status, as in a social status of, oh, look at that guy, look at everything he's doing, to be a lot less fulfilling, because it kind of is a leader to, or it just is a gateway to burnout, where you just keep doing and doing and doing for others, and for visibility, and for a particular status, which you might get that status, but to maintain that status or to continuously gain new statuses, just kind of work yourself into other people's opinions and work yourself into fatigue, which is not something I want to do. And I figured, why chase the money? Why chase the clout when I could just be doing whatever it is that I'm doing already and have that come about as a byproduct of what I'm doing? And I think that's a more healthy framework to have, because then I think what I'm doing becomes meaningful. You know, like I said, I was very obsessed with the amount of subscribers I had, and then I would be very obsessed with how quickly or how slowly I'm growing things, when in reality, I think I'm actually doing a pretty good job, considering that people do reach out to me and say like, hey, this video helped me, or like, I like that you talked about this thing, or could you talk about that other thing? I wish it would happen under my actual YouTube comments, but I guess some people just don't feel comfortable putting themselves out there like that. But it got me thinking like, hey, you know, if I stop chasing status and start just chasing solutions to things or solutions to problems, and just keep talking about what I want to talk about and kind of just drown out all the rest of the noise, then I'll be good. I'll be on a set path, and I'll get to wherever it is that I'm trying to get to. And the purpose I really made this video for was actually more for me than it is for anybody else. In saying these words out loud, I'm just kind of reminding myself of why I started these things to begin with. Like, why do a podcast? Why do a YouTube channel? Why even try to venture away from whatever function I was doing initially? And I think you don't necessarily have to have one way of doing anything, really. If something brings you fulfillment, if you feel like you're helping other people, if you feel like you're answering a question or filling a void, then by all means do whatever it is that you're going to be doing. But just a quick reminder for myself and for whoever is watching this, are you status driven? Is what you're doing to flex on somebody else, or is what you're doing for your own internal gratification, or is it to help somebody? And make sure that you can live with whatever the answer is for that question. So that's all I really had for today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.